I think a good smoky eye is such a staple look in a festive look, and it goes with pretty much everything. If you're going out or you have a party or you have puja at home or even for a club night out, to be honest, I wouldn't mind wearing it black smoky eyes to a grocery shopping or even a walking a dog. So let's get started. Alright guys, so the first product I'm going in with is this one, PAC HD foundation. I'm already done with my color correction and brows. This is an amazing affordable foundation. Picking that up on a flat top brush from Wet n Wild, just using up and down tapping motion, I'm dotting my face first. You can see how full coverage this is. Using the brush first will make sure that you maintain all the coverage. To get a smoother finish, I'll be going in with PAC Beauty Blender as well, so that if there is any extra product in any area, the blender will absorb it. Honestly, I only use either of this product, tools, blender or brush for the foundation application, but this Wet n Wild brush did a horrible job today. I have used this brush before, so I either didn't notice its poor performance before, or maybe it just doesn't perform well with this particular foundation. Time to cover up that peach corrector I used under my eyes. This is Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 20 Sand. I'm just gonna say this is the concealer on the market right now. Oh my god, if you want something that is not going to crease and has buildable coverage, I like this because it's obviously not a full coverage concealer, so perfect for everyday use. And if you love shape tip but you find it a bit drying and you find it just not sit on your skin as well, this I feel like more creamier and affordable version. Make sure that I blend it seamlessly on under my eyes and then move towards cheeks. Now if you find that when you're wearing any foundation or concealer and throughout the day this weird little build up lines product start forming under eyes, this is what we call creasing. Now way to prevent creasing is baking, and baking is picking up your blender or puff and start setting it. Look up and go right against my lashes. I'm using All Set to Go translucent powder from Sugar Cosmetic. I'm just gonna tap under the eyes using all that powder. Little scary at first, but what's gonna happen is that powder is gonna set wet concealer and foundation, and it's gonna make sure that it doesn't move throughout the day. And also, if you're using a lighter shade like I'm using right now, it will also help highlighting the under eyes more. We are not gonna leave it like this, don't worry. If you're following this tutorial step by step and you're doing this with powder, your face is gonna look powdered. Now the magic is just letting it sit here so it has time to really settle down, and then at very end we're going to go crazy with the setting spray. A setting spray is gonna make this wet again, aka wetting the powdery finish, and that's gonna transfer it back to your skin. If you want an eye look to be a success, of course you will have to go over with a base, and the one I'm using today is NYX eyeshadow base in white. Then after that I'm going straight in with a highlighter shade. I'm putting this on the brow bone. It's just gonna help set the brow bone but also help blend out the crease color later on. I'm using this one from MAC. It's called Fluff Frost. Code is A58. Now the first shadow I'll be using is this light brown from Revolution Pro Supreme eyeshadow palette in Captivate, and picking that up in a fluffier blending brush, starting to diffuse that into my crease. Now the thing with this color is you almost want to bring this up to the brows. Today we are going to create a super blown out black glittery, smoky eye goodness. So this transition color is gonna save you and make it look more blended and put together. But if of course wanna actually be able to see the transition color, I'm putting it almost against my brow to still see some warmth in the end. Okay, now we're gonna go in with this more cool toned darker brown right next to it, and picking that up on more concentrated blending brush and starting to diffuse this closer towards the bottom of my crease where I put the first lighter brown, right? And this is our next transition shade for this final black. You definitely want to take your time and really blend out the edges by soft circling motions. I feel like if the transition is nice and smooth, the black is only gonna look better. So if you have some time, sit and really work on those edges. Now in order to give my black a little bit structure, I'm using black pencil on the lid first. And then now I'm going in with the black shade to pack that on the lid and softly tapering it into the crease. Black is one of the scariest colors when it comes to makeup, at least for me. So I suggest just picking it up a little bit every single time, packing it on the lid and using up and down tapering motion. Just take your time, okay? Just take a little bit of product and take your time blending it. Just get that color and make it as black as you can, and then we'll focus on blending. Now for the bottom, we're just gonna follow along. So I'm going in with a black and dark brown. Alright, now we can totally stop here and call it a day. But if you're like me and want something extra, especially for Navratri dude, of course we're gonna take it to the extra mile. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is place a couple of eyelash glue dots, and I'm gonna cover them with holographic tiny little stones. Today for bronzer, I'm using Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is in the shade Bronzer. I'm placing this with an angled brush. This one is again from Wet n Wild, and I'm placing it pretty high up on my cheeks. Usually you want to put your bronzer a little bit under your cheekbone, and I'm going in like above my cheekbone, so almost like where I apply my highlighter, and I'm doing that because I want more lifted look today. Popping some color back and using this Tarte blush in the shade Quirky. For the highlighter, I'm using this cooler tone from Revolution X Soft Highlighter Palette. Okay, so for lipstick, I want to keep it nude and matte since all the sparkliness is on my eyes. So I'm going in with this Nykaa paint stick in the shade 20, Pretty Popular. That's the shade name. And remember how after all the powder earlier in this video I said to you spray your face to transform it back into your skin, and now is that time guys. My favorite setting spray at this moment is NYX Matte Finish Matte. Alright, that concludes this in-depth out-of-the-box sparkly black smoky eyes for Navratri night, or wear whenever you wanna steal that shine. Black smoky eyes is always gorgeous, and this is just a way to make it more sparkly and make it a little bit more fun by adding a couple of additions. So I hope you enjoyed, and for full list of product used throughout this video will be, please find the list down below in the description box, and please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so I can keep on making this fun, quirky but wearable makeup tutorials. Also, while you're at it, hit that bell button too. Okay, bye.